Hey guys, what's going on? Big Pasta 92 here, and I wanted to make a quick video today just going over the final slave pens video that I'm going to be doing in the slave pen boost videos installment. I've gone over a lot of different ways to do this boost for a lot of different skill levels, but this way is probably the most challenging and the most rewarding. It's going to be 100% AFK for your boosties and relatively easy for you as long as you got a pretty comfortable grasp on mage boosting in general, and you don't mind walking a little bit of a tightrope, but I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick to make that easier too. If you guys enjoy the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, check out twitch.tv/bigpasta92. We're going to start off right here where the kill phase would have started if we're doing the other boost video I have, the most recent one. I'll put a link in the description and you can just figure out how to gather them up from that video. It's the same exact gathering tactic, but instead of killing them here, we're just going to use rank 1 blizzards to bunch them all up. You want to have mage armor on at this point as well. There's no point to have frost armor on. You're not going to be getting hit ideally if you're doing this right. So you just bunch them up as best as you can with rank 1s. It's not extremely important how well they're bunched up, but the better they're bunched, the less likely you are, I find, to have issues with them bugging out when they start to run back and forth on this wall that you're eventually going to be killing them on. But once again, the best part of this boost is if it's done well and it doesn't bug out, you can do it super quick and it's completely AFK. Your boosties don't even have to leave the entrance. So I think I go back here one more time just to stack them up a little bit better than that, because they're still a little bit spread out. You can tell that there's still some coil fangs just kind of mixed in with the bogs, and you don't want that. So you just go through one more time, get them bunched up nice and even with a nice rank 1, and it doesn't take much after that. The enchantresses, they might not play nice, but by the time the slow wears off, they're going to have actually run past those mobs, and they will end up, you know, getting bunched up nicely. So now that you have a nice bunched up stack, another thing you want to do to avoid bugginess is just while they're running on this wall, try and stay along this right side ledge until you jump off, as long as you can, all the way to that little like bar that comes down if you can. And then right when these guys start to disappear behind the rocks, you're just going to start heading over towards the kill spot and just pop off there by the edge. Put on your mage armor. I mean, you should have had it on already at that point, but it doesn't really matter. And then right at this little groove in the ground, blink right up. Make sure you're holding both your mouse buttons and slightly running like inwards towards the wall. And then to make the mobs not bug out, you just bang your head against that pole a bunch of times. I don't know why, but after you bang your head against that pole, they're probably going to play nice. And this is the important part. Make sure you switch from run to walk. So run is right next to your num lock on the numpad. It's like a little forward slash, and it's going to make it so much easier just to move up and down on this wall. And if you fall down, it's okay. It's no big deal. Just jump right back up with the blink. Once again, make sure you're holding down both mouse buttons while you do it, otherwise it's not going to work. And you just kind of move back and forth, and then work in that rank 1 blizzard. So if you just cast one rank 1 blizzard and then just let it tick, and then just keep letting them go until you start to see the animation go through that pole, you can start to bunch up all the ones that are left over. So these ones are super spread out. That's a nightmare of a pole. It's what you're trying to avoid by getting them bunched up at the start. So you just keep casting one full blizzard, let them go all the way through, and you're going to see the mobs start to catch up. So you have to let them catch up while they're slowed, but as long as there's no technicians that are going to cast at you, you can actually play it till they run pretty close at you without even taking a hit. So once again, one full rank 1 blizzard, just let them run through, and then tuck it right back right as they're about to attack you. And right here, they're in pretty good shape. They're in pretty good shape for the kill phase. I think the enchantress is still a little bit further back, but other than that, we're pretty good here, and they're in a nice little bunch. So now what you're going to do is you're going to start to work in flame strikes. The best tactic for flame strikes is to just kind of cast them at the end right here, right before they're about to cut back and run through. So you can cast it and then cast the blizzard. I obviously missed that one, but it's going to be huge for you to have the 2-piece encanter set at least. If you have 5-piece tier 2, that's even better. But the 2-piece encanter set or the ZG set for the reduced flame strike times are going to be huge. Definitely turn your auto run back on when you're trying to get back up on the ledge, because you are going to have to bang your head on this spot a few times, like I said, and it's super annoying, because when the mobs do bug out, you basically just have to jump off. There's nothing you can do. Like right there, half of them ran back, the other half didn't. You just have to jump off. Sometimes it just bugs out. So you have to be very wary of that if you fall off and you do have to reset them. But as long as they don't get too separated, you're in pretty good shape. You're still going to be able to do this kill phase relatively simply. You just need to keep your composure, try to not let them get too spread out, and make sure that you get comfortable just controlling them and getting them back bunched up before you start doing any crazy damage. But if you have Blade of Eternal Darkness, this is so much easier from a mana perspective, it's not even funny. Your Flame Strike can basically just fuel your mana the whole time. But you can do this with just potions and mana gems. It's not impossible to do. You also have an Evocate you can use really, really easily because, you know, at any point in time, you can just make the mobs run away. You can take all the time you need. You can use anything you want, any consumables, any bandages, anything. You have all the time in the world. You just need to make sure the XP doesn't reset. So you need to make sure that you're at least hitting these mobs once every, like, 90 seconds or something, so you have a lot of time in between to do a lot of stuff. But this is pretty much it. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of the kill phase, but as long as you're using rank 1 blizzards and making sure that you use max ranks blizzards on every one of your clear casts, you're going to get these down to like 10-12 minutes pull. They're super simple. Also, it's important to mention, I have not tried to do this with a human character, undead character. I know there's a few characters that it works better with than others, but what I do know is this works 100% with gnomes. If you're a gnome, this is going to be very, very easy for you to do. If you're another race, then you might want to look into it a little bit more and find a video maybe specifically to your race, because there might be something for human males or human females that's a little bit of a better tactic. I know that you can jump up right there at the entryway to the new hallway on the same ledge that you're killing people on in the little miniature triangle at the edge of the doorway, but I'm not entirely sure if you can do that as easily with other hitboxes. That's something that maybe you could answer in the comments. I'd appreciate that greatly. Another super important thing to notice is you should be using 2 ranks of Flame Strike. You should be using your rank 7 Flame Strike and your rank 6 Flame Strike. The reason you do that is because you can use them both, and both of the dots will keep ticking simultaneously on the ground. And you're going to double up on your mana refunds from the Blade of Eternal Darkness, and using that low rank one is even more mana efficient. If you find yourself struggling with mana, you can even down rank the Flame Strike further, to the point where if you're casting rank 1 Flame Strike, you're basically just giving yourself free mana because the initial mana cost is so low. So that's another way the Blade of Eternal Darkness can be extremely helpful in this farm. I'm going to put a link to my video as well on how to farm that Blade of Eternal Darkness if you don't already have it. So make sure to check the link in the description, and if you guys have any other questions, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and give me some ideas if you want to see other boost videos as well. I'm always looking for ideas for new content. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.